Les Jones, Doug Shouse, Joe DeRosa, the officials with the honor of officiating this one. Let the Final Four begin, and Bohannon steals the tap as the Cardinals get first possession.
Kid Gilchrist matching up with Peyton Siva. He's got the quickness, but he also has about 6 inches on him.
Chris Smith hits the opening jumper, and the Cardinals percentage of the season in that game under 30% in the win.
But they mauled Louisville at the foul line in that game, Jim, and on the backboards. Louisville, as expected, starting in a zone, and Marcus Teague continuing his outstanding play of the last meeting, over-penetrated and teed up a bunch of block shots for Anthony Davis. He's got to penetrate with the idea of creating for other people and not necessarily going all the way to the rim.
Look at Teague scoring again, driving in on the Cardinals. Davis trying to defend. Jones comes over and blocks it, and Kid Gilchrist picks it up for the Wildcats. His Kentucky team set a record, all-time record, most blocks by a team in a season in college history. Lamb with the baseliner in Kentucky, 3 for 3 to open the game.
Siva now trying to open up the floor for him.
Keurig with the jumper, back of the rim, and Davis pulls it down with 2 hands. Up ahead to Lamb driving it. He lays it in, and that's 8 unanswered by Kentucky, and Pitino says, I've seen enough.
You got to make them shoot challenge jump shots.
Back to Lamb, the trailer. Tapped out to Smith.
Got to attack here.
Chris Smith attacking Lamb. Puts it up off the glass. Beautiful shot.
I love it. I love it. You have to be aggressive from getting to the rim off the dribble.
Kentucky with 7 on the shot clock.
Does Teague know it?
Teague. Wow, what a start for Teague. Kid Gilchrist through the hands of Davis, and numbers here. 3-on-1. Bohannon misses the dunk, no foul. Keurig steps up to pick it up, puts it off the glass, and 1. What a shot that was.
It's got to be frenetic and wild.
Yeah.
That's the only way they have a chance. If they try to slow it down, they minimize any chance because they are best in transition and in an open court game. And they've got to trust that they can get some turnovers and missed shots from Kentucky.
Laying it up for Jang. It looked like a pass, but instead it's rebounded by Kentucky. That was put up by Russ Smith, counted as a shot.
Always with him, it's a shot.
Of course.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Got that reputation.
Said he takes the most shots per minute of any player probably in the country.
Jones back on the floor. Bounce pass, Jang. Loses the handle down low. Rough start. Jones drives through. Terrence Jones. He's not going to miss that dunk. At this end, Terrence Jones missing, and Jang has the rebound.
I think Peyton Siva has to really be judicious in his penetration. He's got to penetrate. Oh, my goodness.
That is Blackshear. A little double pump on the way up.
Yeah, and the issue for Louisville, though, is they don't have that stretch 4, that guy who can step out like Wiltshire can, for example, for Kentucky. Stretch the defense out and bring some of those Kentucky bigs out onto the floor.
And that is Miller able to weave through traffic.
Quickness and going over defenders as opposed to trying to thump and bump them out of the way.
Louisville's missed 9 of its last 10. Jang over Wiltshire, his first basket of the game.
Well, they switched Davis off of Jang because of that first foul, and Louisville did the right thing. They went right into Jang against Wiltshire, where he has the advantage.
Wiltshire puts it up, no, taps it up and in. The freshman from Oregon follows it up.
I mean, there's about a 6-foot drop if you have to go off the floor at the end of the court.
Siva comes out of the game as Russ Smith puts it up and in for the Cardinals.
Advantage, and when they don't, and now they can run their half-court stuff.
Teague, lob, and not going to be too steep this time. Oh.
But that's big-time talent there because that was not a really good pass.
And actually the pass was slightly deflected.
But just throw it up there anywhere and Davis will get it.
Bohannon, the freshman, who's looked awfully good here during the tournament.
Forced some mistakes.
over Jang.
Oh, come on.
Left-hander this time.
Come on.
Man, oh man.
Up ahead, Bohannon pulls it down. High arching shot. Drops for the Cardinal freshman.
Rick Pitino yesterday talked about him. He said he reminds me a little bit of Rodney McCray.
I can
Remember
see
the
that.
former Cardinal, just the body type.
Yep.
One of the greats.
Yep.
Stolen by Russ Smith. Russ Smith lays it up and in. And
Steve, you called it. You talked about them being a little shaky with that ball.
So they're really trying to force mistakes by the ball handler.
Exactly. They want to take your lunch right from you.
back to Lamb. Jang commits the foul. The basket counts. And another timeout, and
they've got 8 turnovers. Kentucky only has 7. That has to flip if Louisville's going to have a chance to get all the way back in this one.
And Jang doing a good job keeping it alive. Keurig able to reload and hits the 3.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, they're down 6 after all this, right? They can't make a shot, but what they've done well is they've kept Kentucky off the foul line.
Teague all the way.
But what they haven't done well.
I kept waiting to see if he was going to really challenge Jang. He somehow was able to get the shot past the shot blocker for Louisville.
But those layups are generally a result of the pressure as Bohannon gets loose underneath. If Louisville's going to commit to pressuring the ball.
Take it off the floor. There's Kid Gilchrist. Jones also out now with his second. And what a nice steal by Russ Smith. Over to Chris Smith. Back to Jang. And the basket counts. That's the way you operate a break.
Within the game, and the point about not allowing Kentucky to dominate the free throw battle is big.
Nearly taken away again by Russ Smith. Wiltshire, he can shoot it. Three-pointer, yes.
Big shot.
Here is Kid Gilchrist. Cradles the ball and off the back of the rim. Kid Gilchrist has not scored in this one. Wide open shot from the corner. It's a 3 for Chris Smith, who opened the game with a 2-point basket. This one a 3.
With where this game goes. And it's the favored team. It's the #1 team that always is going to feel the most pressure. Let's see if Kentucky can be poised and stay in their game.
Had to get the shot away, and the shot is good by Lamb.
Louisville stays in this matchup zone defense. And Kentucky having a hard time finding the penetration that they did early in the first half.
But he can shoot right over top of Siva.
Miller.
That ball gets into the middle of that zone for a guy like Miller.
Lamb assuming the point guard duties now with Teague on the bench, and he's very capable. Excellent ball handler, good decision maker.
Davis.
I think John Calipari feels pretty comfortable with this lineup. Teague was a little out of sorts at times in the first half. He did some good things, but this group right here is more poised.
Look at Miller. Keurig can't stop him. And a timeout. Louisville went through this incredible growing spurt, was at guard in high school. So it was last year. And that's why you talked about earlier, his skills are like a guard. Lobbed up and put back down.
And that's the value of the penetration. Everybody capable of scoring and making almost an individual run.
That's why I think you have to be able to put pressure on Kentucky with your offense, because you're not going to shut them down. You have to be able to score the ball. If Louisville had the ball anyway, but that's a little quick to whistle that held ball. Worked out for Louisville either way.
Smith in the lane. Yes, this time. Russ Smith out of Archbishop Malloy. Jang tap outside. Siva, who has not made a shot today.
That's the 14th offensive rebound for Louisville.
How many times has Jang kept the possession for him? Siva, no! Jang puts it back up on another offensive rebound. And it's down to 6. An 8-1 run by Louisville. And a steal, and up ahead. Bohannon, pull up, jumper. Oh, my goodness! Blackshear. Where did he come from? Timeout, Kentucky. Made a difference in this comeback. Spin move, Smith, floater, short. Would have trimmed it to 2. That's Teague, no one cuts him off. Put back Davis.
Got the ball handling and scoring ability of Russ Smith, who can shoot the mid-range shot effectively for Louisville.
Can Siva get going? Siva's shot is good. And Siva, for the first time, Kentucky really struggling from the line. They've missed 6 of the last 7.
And this is a good free throw shooting team. Percentage-wise, 73% on the year. But go back to a point you made. Siva can make this.
He ties it. Siva with the rainbow 3. And the game is tied at 49 all the way back from 13 down. Siva catching fire at just the right time. Down low, Davis. Too strong, and Davis saves it. Kid Gilchrist put back his first field goal of the game.
Terrific play by Anthony Davis to stay with it. You want to attack the middle of the zone. Actually, man-to-man now for Louisville.
Well, it's tough to tell what it is.
Exactly right. It can be a little amoeba-like.
Kid Gilchrist with the spin move, and here he goes.
I know what that was.
Yep. Syracuse stays in its matchup zone, which really morphs into a man-to-man. Very sophisticated defense. Kentucky having a lot of difficulty figuring it out.
Terrence Jones able to figure that one out. Russ Smith, no, missed the layup, and Jones says, get out of here. We're going the other way. Teague looking around, goes back out high. Miller, big shot, 3, yes! Timeout, Louisville. Up 7 with 4:40 to play.
No reason to be in a hurry. You're in the half court, you got a 7-point cushion, and you're in the bonus. Be strong with the ball, move the defense, and get the shots you want.
Miller. It's going to be on Curick. Miller, a difference maker in this one.
He's made 50% of his threes and 59% of his shots overall, so I think he wanted Lamb to back it out. No reason to attack that early with a 9-point lead and in control of the game at this point.
There's Jang with the pass. Bohannon ends a 6-minute and 20-second.
Inexplicably.
Particularly without the three-point shooting that we talked about.
Lamb rattles out. Jones. And the basket counts. Now 0 for 2 in this one. Like an 0 for 3.
There's 10 of 18 overall for Kentucky.
Nice shot. Wow. Wasn't not a lot of room there.
They do, Jim, but they are so tenacious in staying the course, believing that they can find a way, even though it's late, if they continue with great effort. And environment in this setting to fuel him going forward into the offseason if, in fact, Louisville's not able to make a miraculous comeback here in the next 100 seconds.
Siva with a dunk.
They sealed Anthony Davis with Zhang. Lane wide for Siva.
Siva with 11, all in this half. Curick able to force the steal. Russ Smith driving in, and he'll go to the line, and with 1:23 to go, here comes Louisville again.
He has been something else. 12 boards.
You know we'll be full court pressure here from Louisville.
Oh, man. Ball tapped around, and Davis looking for help. Gets it over to Jones.
You don't have to foul if you're Louisville yet. You got one more chance.
Again, it was Davis after it was slightly deflected by Jang. Caught it one-handed and slammed it down back to 7. 18 for Davis. Siva, not this time.
Try for a quick steal, force a turnover, but then you've got to foul immediately, I think.
T gets it to Lamb. Kid Gilchrist.
Oh, how good is he in transition?
Nobody better in the country.
All 7 of his points in this half after playing only 6 minutes in the first half. Blackshear got the 3, bangs it in. Back down to 6 with 32 seconds. A battle for the Commonwealth. It has been a good one. Kentucky never able to fully pull away. Kid Gilchrist gets 2 more.
How about Anthony Davis bringing the ball up the floor against pressure?
Unbelievable skills.
Been a terrific effort by this Cardinals team, guys.
It really was.
I mean, marvelous effort. Just not enough firepower offensively. But they did everything else within the game plan, I thought.
Kentucky wins the state championship and will play Monday night for the national championship. This basketball Armageddon. These 2 rivals meeting on this stage. It was so intense. There was one stretch they wouldn't even play for 24 years until the Dream Game brought them back together in the tournament back in '83. Now it's an annual matchup. But this one was historic to meet in the Final Four. And the final score is Kentucky 69 and Louisville 61.